and welcome to Cooked with Clara. In honor of having lived in Egypt for 3 years, which I did, today we will be making falafel. Falafel is great, vegetarian, everybody loves falafel, you can't go wrong, and it's super mega easy and budget friendly. We've got chickpeas, flour, onion, chili and garlic, and some fresh herbs, which I've got from the garden, and spices, cumin and coriander. Then we're going to make a bit of a dressing. We're doing it with yogurt, cucumber, and some spices as well. And then we're going to shred some lettuce and some red onion and stuff it into a pita bread. So first of all, bowl, and I'm going to take the chickpeas, open them and drain them over the sink. Chickpeas in the bowl. Then I'm going to chop up an onion. I'm going to chop the onion quite fine because what we're going to do is puree all of this. Garlic, 2 cloves, and grate them with the super mega power tool. Yummy! The chickpeas itself, once you've pureed them, become quite dry. So you would think that you don't actually need to add flour, but we've added raw onion. Raw onion has a very high water content. So I'm going to add about a tablespoon of flour to the mix now, and I guess what we'll have to do is just see along the way if I maybe need to add another one or not. Again, cooking is not always based on recipes. Cooking is also just on how it feels and how you're doing. Now my favorite part, my much loved spice container. I've got cumin here. I'm going to do 2 teaspoons and ground coriander, also 2. I'm also going to add some chili because I'm a chili junkie. Falafel is amazing because you can adjust the flavors, you can adjust what you like, what you don't like. The beautiful, joyful part about falafel is that you want the inside to be nice and green. I'm going to add a whole bunch of fresh herbs. I've got coriander and parsley. Obviously, salt and pepper. Then mix that together. And now I'm going to go and puree it with my stick blender. Blendy, 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 blendy! Smells amazing! So traditionally you would deep fry these, but because we're being good to our bodies, we're going to bake these. I normally keep my baking trays on the floor. I would suggest first just to drizzle the baking tray with a little bit of oil, and then to make the shaping of the balichis or the thingies a bit easier, I'm going to just wet my fingers a little bit in a bowl of some water here. Oh, this is so exciting. I'm very excited. This is great. These are going to bake for about half an hour. Now, I've got it preheated to 180. I'm going to up it now whilst I'm thinking about it because I think a hotter oven might do a bit better because we want color on this. We want it to be a bit brown. Far more healthy fun. I'm going to think like raw garlic now. But it's totally worth it. Clean as you go. 1 little drizzle of oil just to give them a bit of the oil helps to cook and to give a bit of color. There we go. And now for the beautiful dressing on the side. Yogurt, cucumber, and a couple of spices. Normally I take the skin off, but I want that bit of a darker color in the dressing because it looks really pretty. Cucumbers in, obviously some pepper, a little bit of salt, and then I'm going to add some cumin and some coriander. And now just for a tablespoon or 2 of olive oil and mix it up into the most beautiful dressing. And now to make the salad. I got given this by a friend of mine the other day. Thank you, Eloise, for giving me such beautiful lettuce. I'm going to use about this much. I don't need much more. And I'm just going to shred it. And I'm going to add some red onion. I still have some leftover herbs. I might as well quickly use this up because it's a salad. So the falafel have been in for about 15 minutes, but because we're not deep frying them and I want color from both sides, I'm going to take them out, turn them over and pop them back in for the last 5-10 minutes, depending on how far we go. Oh man, I'm so happy right now. And back in the oven. I would say another 10 minutes. We want them to be firm. In the last 5 minutes, while my bundles of joy are in the oven, I'm going to take my pita bread. I'm using whole wheat. I actually prefer whole wheat because of the flavor in it. I'm going to cut them in half This looks so pretty, doesn't it? It's like, ah. Once it's come out of the toaster, make a point of just opening it a little bit like that so it can air out. If you don't, they tend to stick together a bit more. And I'm going to get the bundles of joy out of the oven now. And don't forget to switch off the oven, otherwise you have a raging electricity bill, and I can stand witness that that can easily happen. They need to just relax. They need to come down after their trip in the oven and chill out a bit, so I'm going to let them cool down. And in this case, I'm going to go put them outside because it's too hot in this kitchen. And now for assembling. So take some of your salad over here, and this is now where you take your falafel and just squash them in like that. And now the sauce. And now my favorite part is to taste it. This is all part of it. This takes me back to going out until the middle of the night in Cairo and having a huge party, and then stopping off at this tiny little falafel joel on the side of the road and smashing like 2 or 3 of those. Please make these. These are delicious. This is a great, great, great dish. I'm very proud. If you've enjoyed this recipe, please make sure to go to our website, cookwithclara.com, and subscribe to our newsletter so that we can send you these recipes for these wonderful meals the whole time, so that you're always on track with what's happening next here on Cooked with Clara. Bye-bye. Ciao. In honor of having lived in 3 years... Okay, good. Excuse me, sorry, itchy ear. You can always put in... Oopsie, bra strap adjustment period, excuse me. So hard to think clearly when you have a full... So hard to like,